Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining me this late. Let some people get in here. No offense to Ledka. Ledka, I love you, bro, but I was going to do a live tonight probably anyway, so I just figured I'd go ahead and knock it out. You can't see it behind me. I'd have to angle the camera at the floor. But I've been trying to work on clearing out my office and getting things squared away. Hey, Joker, good to see you. Hey, Outdoors with Big Matt, good to see you. And Ariel, good to see you. Good to see all you guys. Like I said, I wasn't trying to step on Ledka's toes, but and I've really been burnt out on going live lately. I mean, not gonna lie, it's kind of been a hairy, because most of you guys know my other channel that I actually put very little work into ended up monetizing, and so I'm trying to get stuff uploaded over and make the money while it's there. But yet I don't want to abandon this channel, just not upload anything or not do anything with it, because there's a lot of work I put into it in this channel here, the Angry Atrox. And because of the controversial nature of some of the video on the other channel, which deals with the commercial rattlesnake trade, you definitely can have some hurdles with that stuff on your channel. My main video, the one that I had that went over 1 million views, actually lost its ad monetization last week or the week before last. So that one video is making me like $200 a week, somewhere around there. I know we're not supposed to say how much your videos are making, but it was pulling in that kind of money, and then it's like it got nuked for ads, but I still get subscription revenue off of it. Now, Ariel, if you know what subscription revenue is, you can break that down for me. I would appreciate it either on a live or just here in the chat. But yeah, I lost a hey Gary Kelshaw, hey Eric B. Gary Kelshaw, I hope you're resting and taking care of yourself, man. Bro, we need you sticking around. Mr. J, how you doing, bud? It's always good to catch you in a live, because I know I go live late, and I know you're not up late a lot of times. But yeah, Ariel, it really it really did hurt, because this one video was just driving my channel like nothing else, and I like it went over 1 million views, and then it went over 1.5, and then it got up to 1.7, and it just it was kind of rough, and then it got flagged for ads and ad suitability. And it's kind of funny, because like when I submitted it all, that video was on there, and that was my most viewed video. And so it's just kind of like, yeah, it's kind of a kick in the teeth, but at the same time, I'm worried that eventually that platform, could lose its monetization. Which brings me back to, what I'm doing over here. Hey, Benji, how are you doing, dude? Good to have you in here tonight. But anyway, I just wanted to, I wanted to keep doing lives and shorts over here to keep, this channel at least growing and current. I know a lot of people that haven't done like a YouTube video for 8 months on their channel and found out they're ineligible for monetization, things like that. I kind of think that's a bit of a joke, but YouTube really doesn't care what we think. We just play by their rules. That's what it is. I'm hitting the Dr. Pepper pretty hard. I do miss my beer, but hey, Dr. Pepper, close second. I got a lot of this office area cleaned out tonight. I was lucky and blessed enough to be able to pick up a DJI Mini 2 the week before Christmas. And I did some stuff today, putting it together, syncing it, charging batteries, things like that. And I'm going to do a first flight video for my drone channel before long. I've just kind of, honestly, I've been in a real funk. I've been in a, I don't want to produce any videos. Although I got some video off one of my old cameras from last year. And it's some different timber rattlesnake footage. And it's pretty good stuff. I think it's going to turn into a pretty decent little video for me. I'm going to drop it on the Roundup Rodeo channel first, and then probably over here later. Hey, Notorious Snake, how you doing, bud? Don't know why you retracted that message, because nothing wrong with it. Always good to see you. What are you guys doing for New Year's Eve? Anyone have plans? I know that here in the States, Times Square in New York, normally they have thousands and thousands of people there. And now I hear that the police in the city have scaled it back to 15,000 people. And you have to either have a vax card or you have to take a test or something. And you're only allowed in at 3 in the afternoon. And I just don't know how that's going to work. But also, I don't care. I'm not going. I had not a friend in 1999 that actually went to New York City because he wanted to be in Times Square if all the computers and power grids and everything failed. Some of you guys will remember the Y2K crisis that actually never happened. Ariel, you're going to have another video out before New Year's Eve and refreshing your outro. Glad to hear that. Did you have a stent in your leg, Gary? And is that the vein in your leg? Don't tell me if it's too personal. But my father had some problems with that. He had a collapsed artery in his leg. Gary, I'm going to be praying for you and thinking about you, man. It's that stuff is not easy to go through. We're running 2 hours. Okay, you'll be running 2.5 hours before and probably 2 or 3 hours later. Another moderator just handled this. I don't know what they handled, but either way, thank you for handling it. Shrek's good, by the way, guys. Shrek's good people. His channel, he does some gun stuff. He does some snake stuff. He's worth checking out. Chocolate-covered raisins there we're checking out. Back when I lived in the country, that's what we'd do. We'd all go out and shoot up targets and stuff, right at midnight. I think this year, me and my wife will probably just watch the balls drop, in New York City. Not really even that into the entertainment anymore. The music, I'll say this, I outgrew the music sometime back. I mean, last year they had Machine Gun Kelly and someone else, and I was just I'm so not into this. So not into this. And because I had a COVID exposure last week, I used the C word. Shouldn't have done that. I hope this video doesn't get flagged. But anyway, I was trying to do the responsible thing. I've kind of been stuck in the house and isolated. But I was supposed to have surgery yesterday on my arm. They were going to remove the final screw, or remove the only screw that's causing a problem. And, and then we were going to, just go on, and I was just going to leave the plate in. Well, anyway, I left them a message last Thursday. They closed their office early because it's like right before Christmas. And so they still wanted me to technically come in and do the surgery, but they were like, due to the hospital protocols regarding, COVID exposures, things like that, you can't. We can't. Call back tomorrow. Call back on Wednesday. We'll reschedule it. And I'm like, okay. I mean, I went ahead and didn't eat anything after midnight, didn't drink anything after midnight, just in case. Kind of sucked, but, play by the rules. You know what I'm saying? And only to get it rescheduled, which I was kind of expecting anyway. And then, like, later that afternoon, like at 1 o'clock, it broke. Like the CDC is now recommending people only quarantine or isolate for 5 days instead of 10 after an exposure. Was like on day 7 or 8 or something like that. So I'm sitting there thinking, gosh, if they would have released this at 6 that morning, I might have been cleared for surgery. Still being careful. I've had no symptoms of anything. Take my temperature twice a day. Taking a lot of zinc, just in case. And, it's all good. But really, I mean, I'm not going to lie, guys. I am burned out on doing lives. StreamYard's a pain every time I use it. Otherwise, I'd bring Ariel or Benji on with me. But I get tired of messing with StreamYard. No joke. Ariel, hopefully I can join your New Year's Eve live if I'm around, which I should be. I mean, I'm thinking we're going to be homebodies. We usually are on New Year's Eve. Last time I probably went out on a New Year's Eve was probably 2003, 2004. And ever since I gave up drinking, there's just not a lot. There's not a good point on me going out at New Year's Eve. Hey, that's good news to hear, Joker. The Freedom Podcast, I'm definitely looking forward to you updating that. Shrek, you might follow TTB Joker. I think you guys got some stuff in common, if you know what I'm saying. Shrek Swamp 918, let's collaborate on a video soon. That may be a good idea, Shrek. It may actually may get us both some subs. You never know. But either way, we might have to do that, Shrek. Yeah, Ariel, on Christmas Eve, was that when I joined your live and got to kind of run the show for a bit? Was that Christmas Eve or the 23rd? I can't remember, but either way, just being on your live and getting to kind of talk about some things, it was fun because it's like I didn't have the pressure of this is my live. This was someone else's live. I just couldn't say anything stupid. And which, I mean, is fine. You want to watch yourself on other people's lives. Boa, man, I enjoyed the new videos, dude. I liked them. Leave them up, man. Oh, it's Christmas Day for you. It was Christmas Eve for me. That's right. Yeah, Boa, man, dude, leave those videos up. Let them grow. At least I think you should. I saw where Lee was commenting on one of them. But anyway, guys, like I said, I'm kind of running lives and still doing shorts and things over here to, just keep producing content over here. And if you follow everything I do, which, I mean, God bless you, because I didn't expect it all to turn out this way. But if you see a video on Roundup Rodeo, then you like look over here on Angry Aatrox, you see the same video. It's more important that you watch it on Roundup Rodeo. If you watch it both places, I really, really am grateful for that. But I'm just trying to, like I said, keep this channel current, keep doing uploads. I really feel like I could go a month without doing a live of my own and be just totally okay. Because I don't know. It's just kind of like, someone mentioned earlier something about Ledka, and Ledka's lives, I usually watch them all. If I don't watch them all or play them all from the start, I definitely go back and let him play all the way through later, because the guy does stuff like that for us, for the watch time. And I asked him to drop the link, and I mean, it's okay that he didn't, but he kind of looks like they're getting ready to kill it. They were talking about Chicago style pizza, and I was not trying to rip on Chicago Ledka. If you see this later, it's a big crazy city, and when you get into the heart of Chicago, it's a different thing. Not where Tinley was, but like deep down into the actual, like, the retail district and places like that. Oh, it's there's a lot of things about it that are good. There's a lot of things about it that are just too big for me. I'll say that. I like the country. Man, I live in Tulsa. Oh, I live right outside of Tulsa. And it's about as big a city as I ever care to be around. It's just, I just like being out in the country, being out in the woods, being out in nature. Gary Killshaw, man, take care of yourself, bud. Have a good night. Yeah, and may God watch out for all of us. I agree, man. That's serious, serious stuff. We all need some help sometimes. But anyway, I took a break from cleaning the office because I really have been kind of having fun with my dog channel, and that's just a for fun channel. I don't expect it to ever monetize. And same thing with my drone channel. And then it's kind of like, it kind of dawns on me that, like, even though it may kill some of my watch time, start incorporating more drone footage in, like, my herping video stuff. Things like that, stuff like that I do. And the DJI Mini, good heavens, it's not as much of a beast as the Mavic 2, which I own both, but the Mini, like, sets up really quick. You can get really close with it. You can get some really close in shots and things like that. And I just see where it's going to be useful for a lot of B-roll type stuff. And I've kind of decided that going forward this next year, I'm probably going to do a little bit more B-roll stuff into my reptile videos, a little bit more habitat shot, where I can do that and not give up locations. Because, once again, I mean, that stuff, people seem to like it. I don't know why. I mean, sometimes I like it, sometimes I don't. Where I really like it is, like, the herpers that do the videos in West Texas or Arizona, and they get that kind of stuff from, like, places you don't see. It's like, yeah, it's definitely, I want to go over and look at the rocks. Again, Loopy, how many channels have you got? Okay, Lou, I've got Roundup Rodeo, which is a freak thing. It was my Rattlesnake Roundup channel for historical documentation that I never meant to grow, and it actually recently monetized. And I've got the Angry Aatrox. I've got a personal vlog channel that pretty much all of that's unlisted. Some concert video and stuff is on there. Then I've got Ariel, Oklahoma, my drone channel, which has 30 subscribers. Don't go sub it. And I've got Odie the Boston Terrier, my dog channel. And pretty much I'm really concerned with growing Roundup Rodeo and the Angry Atrox, because honestly, the snakes and stuff are like really kind of what I'm good at shooting. I can make a fairly decent drone video, but Lou, not like you can. You can do some things with drones, like Pemberton Boys, Snakes on the Plains, Smet Logic. Those guys can do a lot cooler things with drones than I can. Yeah, Ariel. I was talking with one of my friends about that. About like if you could like find a snake out in the desert somewhere when I'm out there, and like roll the drone like over the snake, kind of like what Living Zoology does. They Living Zoology has some cool rattlesnake videos on their channel. I think they're from the Czech Republic, but they really produce some high quality rattlesnake videos, and they also do cobras and gaboon vipers, things like that. But yeah, I've got a couple of channels, Lou, that are just don't care if they ever grow. I don't care if they ever see 100 subs. It's just I just don't want to put like videos of my dog on a snake channel, or drone flying videos on a nature channel, kind of that. So what if the drone makes the snake angry? Shrek, in my experience, the snake usually does not become aware of the drone, especially if you are on the ground. I've seen 3 or 4 different video makers get drone shots of snakes, like of a prairie rattlesnake crossing a road in Kansas, and they got right over it with their drone, and it really wasn't that cool. But like Pemberton Boys got they helped Snakes on the Plains get a drone shot of a sidewinder when it was crawling across the sand, and they just set it to track the sidewinder, and the sidewinder is going across this open expanse of sand. Now that was really cool, but then again, you kind of get to see how the sidewinder moves. Yeah, Lou, it's that whole niche thing. I kind of wish I could just put it all on one channel and like just do a different playlist, aerial stuff, dog stuff, snake stuff, have it be on one channel. I can't really do that. You're an example, Lou. I mean, a lot of people hit me up about doing a dual niche channel, and I tell them that, like people like Desert Wolf Armory, who does snakes and guns, Lou B, you do aviation and field herping. Few people are really successful at that and really do it and do it good. And you're one of those people, Lou. So you get mentioned quite a few times in those discussion. Yeah, I'm with you, Ariel. I'm not a big city person. I'm a suburban country whatever. I kind of live out in the country now. It's kind of nice. And I don't mind going to a big city, but I like to visit. I don't want to stay there. I would preferably, if I had my chance, my if I had my own choice, I guess that's how you could say, I would probably move to a city like Abilene, Texas, about half the size of Tulsa. Just to be closer to West Texas, be closer to New Mexico, Arizona. The desert's what I love. I'm not real sure that I'm not going to eventually move to the Arizona area. Don't tell Smet Logic about this. He'll think I'm stalking him, which I am. Not. Really love the desert. Loved the desert all my life. Not just the rattlesnakes, but the lizards, the cactus, the heat. We're going to get down to I think 19 degrees this weekend, possibly. And I'm just like, no, please, no. Anytime it gets below 30, it's too cold for me. And so that's why I think like, Arizona might be a good place. There might be some parts of New Mexico that might be good to live in. Right now, as long as the wife's parents are alive, we're going to be right here, right outside of Tulsa. So And that's fine. I mean, you gotta look after your parents and things, especially when you get up to my age. Either that or you gotta slam them in the nursing home. No one wants to do that. LTC Cherno says, I just saw someone free handle a Scutellatus and I have a headache. Well, that's probably better than what they have because that is like the one rattlesnake I would not want to get bit by. A Mojave would be the ultimate in suck. Um, I've got a lot of friends who free handle, and I know that I wouldn't call them. I wouldn't call all of them friends, but I know some of the roundup workers and stuff that I document that do the free handling tricks, and they know I'm like totally opposed to it. I think it's totally dangerous. I mean, I understand how they do it and pull it off. There's some trickery involved, but overall, free handling venomous snakes is just stupid. It's a stupid risk that doesn't need to happen. One year I went to a roundup in western Oklahoma where I've gotten to know some of the guys. I've kind of got them to listen to me a little. And I gave them a set of tubes from Best Exotics. Best Exotics, yeah. And I said, guys, look, here's what you do. Take the hook, guide the snake into the tube. You can pick it up. That way you're not smashing, um, the snake's skull by pinning it on like a concrete floor. And also you're restraining the animal more safely. So that's part of the reason I go to the roundups and things, is because I want them to listen to me. I see how they can do things better and hopefully move towards a more humane show. Um, how could anyone free handle venomous snakes? It's easy to get bit. Oh, boy, man, it happens all the time. Um, a lot of people, a lot of people free handle venomous snakes, and I just think it's stupid. It's Darwin in action. But then again, some people get off on the rush, and um, if you have your own health insurance and you're free handling something that you're not going to have to rob a zoo for the anti-venom when you do get bit, hey, knock yourself out. It's a free country. I kind of feel like the more the reptile community tells people not to free handle, the more people free handle just to piss off the reptile community. Could be totally wrong. But Dorissus peniform would be the worst one. Man, any of the neotropicals would give you a nasty bite. Simus, Dorissus terrificus. Hey, Derek's Reptiles, how are you? Glad to have you jumping into this live. But anyway, overall, free handling venomous snakes is not a good thing. I see no reason to when we've got tubes, tongs, hooks. And I'm sure not about to bash tong usage because I feel like if you know what you're doing and if you don't grip the snake too tight and keep it close to the ground, tongs can be safely used. A lot of people will be like, I hate tongs, you shouldn't use them, you should never use them. I'm sitting there thinking, for someone who's done a lot of snake removals and stuff and a lot of handling of venomous, they definitely have their place. Like I said, you've got to know what you're doing. You've got to be able to let the snake go if it starts thrashing. You can't squeeze the snake too tight. But I know a lot of people in and out of AZA zoos that use snake tongs, not regularly, but when they're needed. And they're definitely a tool that really beats free handling. I like Stoney's tongs. I've got a bunch from Midwest. I want to pick up a few pairs from Stoney, Animal Equipment by Stoney, because he has these plastic waffle jaws on his tongs, and it's kind of a lighter material, so you kind of feel it better. It's kind of like a lighter fishing line, like a 6-pound, 8-pound test line. You're going to have more feel and more play in it than you are a 12 or 20-pound test line. And to me, it's just kind of like you can just start feeling the snake's body movements and things when using those kinds of tongs. And I may do a video at some point on safe tong usage. I may have to get someone to help me do it because I would hate to attempt that video myself. But I do feel like tongs get a bad rap. I know a lot of people out there use them that have no business using them or need a little training, but especially when you're into venomous husbandry or snake removal, there are times where tongs are the only thing that work. I see some people, oh, I never use tongs, I never have to use tongs. Well, maybe not, but like when you have to get a copperhead out of, like someone's water heater closet, tongs are like the perfect thing for that. And even if there's a little bit of damage to the animal, you can't always snake hook around a water heater. I mean, I'm sorry, some of the situations I've seen, you can't really, tongs are what's best. Not bad, bro. Sleepy at work. Derek, I'm sorry. I'm sorry you're sleepy. Um, Man, drink some caffeine, man. Get a Dr. Pepper. Do what I'm doing. Because I'm kind of, I didn't sleep well the last 2 nights. Thought I was going to have surgery yesterday. That got called off because of one of the people that came to our family Christmas came down with COVID. So I'm kind of in a self-imposed quarantine. Um, and so it's just I'm kind of all, you know, all over the place. And, excuse me. Trust me, guys, that's just allergies. I'm not running a fever. Um, yeah, Derek, a lot of people bash tongs, and it's like they're not perfect in every situation, but there are times where tongs are just really, really helpful. And one thing I see is like people picking up a snake and holding it by the set of tongs and squeezing it too tightly. It's like you don't have to do that. You can pick up the snake and keep it close to the ground. If the snake starts to thrash, you let it go, then pick it up again. And a couple of times of doing that, and if you've practiced with tongs, like when I would get a set of tongs, I just I've been using them forever. So, I kind of just, I don't want to say I know what I'm doing, but I know what I'm doing. I mean, I just don't want to say that. But like I would tell people, get like a hose or something and feel like just how much pressure you need to hold the snake from getting away and just momentarily, and then letting it go. And once again, some people who maybe herp in the open desert where there's miles of with no rocks, they may think tongs are ridiculous. And then you also have to go and look at each situation. There's a lot of places in mountainous areas where tongs are about the only way to catch anything, and it's like, once again, not you don't always need to catch something, but tongs come in useful in certain situations. Um, Venomous snakes. If you ever kept venomous, okay, Boa man. I honestly prefer tubes and hooks over tongs. Sometimes, though, tongs can be very useful. Like, one time I had a timber rattlesnake that I was keeping, and it, it was normally very placid, very chill. I could just took it out of the tank into a trash can and hold it there, clean out its cage real quick, rinse it out with a hose, dump the cage, throw newspaper back in, just took it back in. But there was one time it just shot off and went into like this area of my garage, and I was kind of like, I grabbed my tongs, was able to get it by the tail. I didn't hurt the animal, and just kind of pull it back a few times. And and once again, it kind of got the idea that it wasn't getting away. And then I was able to come in with the hook and scoop it up. Um, Once again, like I said, a lot of people bash tongs. I've got friends that bash tongs. I got people I've worked with for 25 years that bash tongs. And they're kind of the the philosophy of if you need tongs to catch an animal, you don't need to catch that animal. Well, in the wild, I kind of understand that. In the wild, you can make those kinds of decisions. But like when you have to get a copperhead out of a water heater closet or out of someone's garage, and it's in a place where you can't get a hook in, or you can't like get any traction with the hook, you have to look at things like tongs. I mean, either that or you have to look at killing the snake or just letting it go, and then they're going to kill the snake once you leave. So, but either way, I wouldn't mind doing a video in the future, although I know it would be controversial. Next spring, I'll catch like a rattlesnake or something, and I'll do a video where, I'm out in the field and I show people what I'm talking about, like, just barely lifting the snake off the ground and, very lightly holding the snake, not putting pressure on it. Right, Cherno. That's a good point. For some of the arboreal things, they're just, you know, those smaller tongs are just like really good, and they're also good if you're keeping venomous for like pulling out water bowls, pulling out food items that weren't eaten, spot cleaning. It's a good way to get things between you and the animal. And once again, I've seen situations where hooks were just absolutely impossible. And believe me, I will always go with the hook over a tong first, but you know, I just, I think tongs have their place. I think they get a bad rap. I think a lot of people out there take too many pictures and throw them up on social media when they don't know how to use them. Um, who? But anyway, enough of that. I digress. I'm kind of a little put out with people just putting everything on social media um, like way too soon. I saw one of my friends who is a gecko breeder and has a few ball pythons. She got blasted by this other lady for animal cruelty earlier in the month. Um, and it's kind of like, you know, the snake, she sent this lady a snake. The snake was underweight, and she expressed her concern about shipping it. She's like, I really do not want to ship this animal until it's eating regularly. And I would have told her, don't ship the animal until it's eating regularly. And if it's refused its last two meals, I just wouldn't have shipped it. But this lady kind of almost talked her into it, and look, go ahead and ship it to me. I'll get it feeding. Then she tries this lady who put this girl on blast for animal cruelty. She tried to force feed the animal the first day she got it. She gave it no alone time and put all this crap on Instagram, did live videos of this stuff. And I'm sitting there thinking, okay, that snake might have not been the most healthiest thing to begin with, but you're doing a good job of going over the edge and just going ahead and finish killing it. Now, my friend who, said, I really don't want to ship this snake, refunded her money instantly. There was never a question about that. And she went on, and this other lady, something DUA exotics or dumbass exotics or something like that. Um, she doesn't know what she's doing either. I got a ton of people off my Instagram who follow her, because if you're gonna follow that kind of unprofessionalism, I'm not gonna have nothing to do with you. Stuff like that needs to be handled in private. And my God, you don't do a live for an animal that just got, shipped to you. You get the animal out of the package, you get it into its enclosure, and you let it chill for, 48, 72 hours, whatever. There's people who hold the animal in the air for an extended period of time. Exactly, LTC Cherno. I saw mistakes on both sides, but also the lady I know that shipped the animal expressed concerns about it not having eaten the last two times, about it being slightly underweight. She got opinions from other breeders and other people who said, no, you can go ahead and ship it, but If she's wanting you to ship it, go ahead and ship it. But the poor animal didn't make it. This other lady who encouraged her to ship it to her puts her on blast on Instagram, calls her, you know, this animal cruelty person, and she's like the worst, the last person in the world from it. Um, exactly, Boa, man. She was just being incredibly immature and rude. Of course, she has very little experience herself. And all her friends went out, or all my friends went out and started flagging her posts in her account. She had to lock down her account. And my friend was like, "Look, I'm not saying it was perfect. I'm not saying I haven't made mistakes. Here's screenshots where this lady was telling me I needed to ship. I could go ahead and ship this thing, and she could handle it." Okay, turns out the lady that encouraged her to do this actually knows less about husbandry than she does. And I kind of drew this out for her. Right, Bum Man? And she's just kind of like, you know, and she's kind of like, I don't really want anything to do with snake people after this. And so, who knows if she's going to go on to be a member of USARC or whatever. Um, and once again, like I said, I get people like that away from me because I just don't like unprofessionalism. I mean, a lot of things do not need to be handled on social media. And a lot of the um, pet tubers or whatever they are, I'm not pointing fingers at any specific one. If you get butthurt by that, if you're doing something bad, then so be it. But it's like they've got to do an unboxing video. Well, like an unboxing video is okay as long as you take the animal out, get it in its enclosure, and turn out the lights and leave it the heck alone. Any traveling for a reptile is somewhat stressful. I personally hate shipping reptiles. I almost do not want to ship reptiles. I would almost take a reptile if I was going to sell it or give it to someone and just drive it across the country. I'd rather do that than subject it to UPS. Now, granted, there's 99 out of 100 shipments, there's no issues. And I have shipped animals before. But really, that's why I kind of went away from the whole, captive side of everything, because some of those people are just unprofessional whack jobs, and there's a lot that aren't. But but you don't need to put an animal on Instagram or YouTube, 6 hours after you've received it. You need to let it chill. You need to keep it in a dark environment and just let it get used to its new surroundings. And you don't need to be doing a live Instagram of force feeding it and stuff like that, when like you shouldn't be attempting to force feed it the same day you received it. Just my take. Hey Benji, I figured Ledka would go off sooner or later. I wasn't trying to step on his toes, but I was going to go live tonight at least for a bit. So, hey Solo, glad you're here. Well, LTC Cherno, one thing about it is like, I was going to sell some rare tortoises a while back. Now, they were fairly healthy. And, or they were very healthy, I would say. They had been to the vet, no parasites, no nothing. I was kind of a little concerned about the heat because it was back towards the end of summer. And this is a tortoise species that exists at like 72 to 78 degrees. It rarely gets above that where this animal lives. They live in equatorial Africa, but they live in the rainforest, and they like to get buried under leaf cover, leaf litter, and stuff like that. A lot of them are sold into the food markets over there, and it's really a sad thing. But anyway, like, I told this guy, I was going to ship these to him at the start of COVID, and it's like, they were like, we can't guarantee shipments, we can't do this. I was nervous, he was nervous, and by the time it rolls around, I was like, look, man, we're pretty clear to ship these now. He's like, man, I don't have the money to pay for the freight. I said, don't worry about it. I said, I'll cover that. you're where these animals need to go. You came with references. All the people from this tortoise organization that I'm a part of said you were the guy for these. You know, you got to be more concerned about the animal than the money if you're going to get into that stuff. And once again, hey, love you too, Benji. I agree, man. That kind of stuff makes me mad. It's like when you first receive an animal that got shipped from across the country, you know, the first thing is to get it out and get it into its new enclosure. Ledka, man, hey, how you doing, Ledka? Hope it didn't step on your toes. I said drop the link a couple of times right after that Chicago pizza deal, but it's okay, Ledka. I just figured I'd come on and do a quick live. And I look like a hypocrite because just last week I was talking to Lou about being absolutely burnt out on lives. And I really kind of am. I'm just trying to keep something current on this channel. And I really don't want to go back to housework tonight. I've just made some major progress in this office. And you could for some pizza, right? Yeah, we were talking about over there, we were talking about Chicago versus pizza anywhere else. And I'm a big fan of Chicago style. I like New York as well, but I'd rather have Chicago. And, you know, and Ledka recently got to go up to the Tinley show, I think with Desert Wolf and Kurtwood, I think. And got to see some of that area, and there's a neat area up there. I was kind of like going off about Chicago, and I really shouldn't have, because there's a lot of great parts of Chicago, but it's just too big city for me. It's just a personal preference thing, and we went to the retail district one day, like on Black Friday. Oh, God. It's like 1999. We were in the heart of Chicago, and like we were like down by the ESPN store, things like that. It's just block after block of retail area. And, like in Chicago, a lot of people walk all over the place. I mean, there's not a lot of parking. And, the traffic cops up there, I mean, don't get me wrong, they kind of got to be that way, but they were just kind of like, they were patrolling the crosswalks and things. It's like a big group of 30, 40 people crossing the street, and the cop was like yelling, get across the street, I mean, dropping F-bombs and stuff. It's like, we don't have all day, people, and it's just kind of, it's a very vibrant city, but it's got a real high-strung vibe. I'll say that. And but the pizza's really amazing there. I was kind of surprised at how hard it is to find beer in Chicago. Everywhere we went, like everyone had like Chicago-style pizza and wine. It's like you found wine and Italian food all over the place in Chicago, and for a lot of Illinois as well. And being from Oklahoma, I'm kind of like, where's the Mexican restaurant up here? And it's like, oh, there's a Taco Bell on the East End, but you'll get robbed if you go there. And that's like, okay. But then again, I'm no stranger to Italian food either. I can make that work. And when it comes to Chicago style pizza, stuff is good. Here in Tulsa, we've got a Chicago transplant. And he's from Chicago, and the name of their place is Savastano's. Uno's is good. Solo, I tell you, this Savastano's guy has got him beat, in my opinion. We used to have a few different places that did the Chicago style, and I kind of like that. There's like 3 layers of cheese and like 2 layers of meat, and it's this thick, and one piece is like a meal. I really like that deep dish stuff. Yeah, crust is like 3 inches thick. And I think Lou was on here earlier. I don't know if he's still with us. I think he flies. Yeah, he does. He flies into Chicago quite a few times. He's done some herping videos up there, just around his hotel. Um, yeah, no, we need to quit talking about pizza because I'm going to make myself hungry for something I don't have. And it's a lot better up there than the stuff you order here in Oklahoma and get delivered, for sure. Ariel, you need to get like a recipe for Chicago um, style pizza, and you need to do a cooking video on that. I'd watch that. Solo, you're in Peoria. That's where my brother lived. That's what we were doing up there. Visiting with the ex mother in law for the week. You talking about Peoria, Illinois? Solo. Yeah, my brother was a professor at Bradley University up there. And I like that little mall that was like all outdoors. Like they had different shops, but it's kind of like the mall was outdoors, not indoors. It was right in the center of Peoria. And Peoria, Illinois is a really charming little place. That was more my speed. There's like the hospital, Bradley University, and Caterpillar. And it was um, it was a good time visiting Peoria. Of course, we went up there in the middle of winter, and oh my God, if you're from Oklahoma, you're not used to in Illinois. I mean, Illinois winters are just brutal. Kids play ice hockey in the streets. It's just ridiculous. But but it is a very charming little town. I definitely enjoyed my time in Peoria. I enjoyed Peoria more than I enjoyed Chicago. I'll say that. We went on some kind of riverboat that was up there, and I think you could eat on it, and I think it just goes up and down the river and back, and that was 20, 21, 22 years ago, so I understand. Gotcha. Leesburg, Virginia. Man, are you in Virginia? I thought you used to be in Maryland or Florida. Let me know, dude. Yeah, but anyway, I prefer the bad rat KY. No, gosh. I don't even know if I want to know about what that's about. I'm in Maryland right now. I visit Virginia a lot. Okay. Yeah, I've got a good friend up in Maryland. He works in DC, and it's pretty interesting. He's telling me about stuff up there. But but gang, we've been on about 53 minutes. I kind of hate to pull it, but does anyone have any questions? Does anyone want to say anything about New Year's Eve? Let me know, because I am probably going to be getting out of here before long. I definitely am glad some of you guys popped in on me tonight. Let's see, hit this, hit that. Ledka's live. Ledka, your live is still going. Ah, be back soon. Oh gosh. Oh well. But gang, yeah, I'm probably gonna cut out of here pretty quick. Love you, Todd. Oh God. Favorite Ninja Turtle? I don't know that I had one. I don't know that I ever saw any of the Ninja Turtle movies. But no, I really was only going to come on and stay for about an hour just to do a live, just to have something to upload this week. over here on the Angry Aatrox. Monetization's really fallen off over at Roundup Rodeo. So I'm trying to stay current and upload something over here at least once a week, be it a live or a short. But oh, Michelangelo was yours. Okay. Yeah, I didn't know any of their names. I didn't watch any of that stuff. That was, I think when those guys were popular, I was like going to bars, chasing women. Which I mean, I'd rather be doing that now, actually. Going to bars and chasing women instead of being married and getting bitched at for not doing the laundry. We're all here, Todd. One question. Do you still have turtles and tortoises? If so, could you make videos on them? I've got some spotted turtles, some North American spotted turtles, those East Coast ones, Bowman. And I've got one yellow mud turtle. I will do that. I will make some videos with them soon. Ariel, I'm going to try and be there for your New Year's Eve live. I don't know if I'll be able to be in there as much as I was your Christmas Eve one, which was a lot of fun. I thank you. Joker, I might hit you up on Discord later if you're going to be around. If not, no worries. Donatello, Leonardo, Raphael. Okay, I remember those names now. Gonna try and find a way to bring everyone here and back when I do those long lives that run through years. Sometimes, Lead Cape Man, you don't have to. I would always tell people to stay on your live and just do mine in replay later, because man, I'm just uploading to be uploading. I'm just uploading for the algorithm. I don't need the hours. I mean, I know you're working towards monetization, Ledka. Guys, if you haven't sub Ledka's channel, you're into my channel, you'll probably be into his. Definitely sub Ledka's channel and get him some views, get him some watch time. But yeah, Boa Man, spotted turtles are a lot of fun. They really are. And I've got about 5 captive bred ones. And I don't think, like in Maryland, you can even own them because they're a native there. And they're kind of they're really funny about that. Hey Moon, how are you? Yeah, my boy Ledka is awesome. Haha. Oh, Ledka is awesome. Ledka's a cool dude. I've met him face to face. I've hung out with him. Ledka's a lot of fun. But guys, I'm going to kill it here now. Go back over to Ledka's live and log back in over there. And I'm going to scrap around the house and see if I have anything to make a pizza with. So, thanks, Ledka. But you know what, Ledka, so do you, man. You've done a lot to support a lot of people. So, like I said, I kind of, toyed with, do I really want to go on while you're still on? But I kind of thought you were going to drop your live before long. Ledka ended. The link to Ledka, hang on. No, I think Ledka's still going. I think he's just on pause or something. Let me see. Ledka, can you put a link in my chat? Hang on, wait. I think I've got it here. If it'll ever freaking upload. Slow internet I've got. Yeah, link to Ledka, Benji. Moon is saying he ended, and I'm sitting there going, oh, son of a gun. I've got some kind of problem with my internet. Yeah, Benji, drop a link to Ledka, or guys, just click on his name if you can do that. Can you click on the 3 dots and go to the channel? God. I'm trying to link to Ledka back on this channel to get everybody back in his live. But sadly, I'm having a bandwidth problem. I may have to replug my router in. Oh. Go back to bed, Bo, man. You need your rest. Trust me, I need my rest. Trying to pull up 2 YouTube windows at the same time, it's not working. Either way, guys, I'm at 60 minutes. That's about 5 minutes longer than I wanted to be. I'm going to see you guys back over on Ledka's. So go to Ledka, sub him if you're not subbed, hang out, view some lives. Ledka's good people. Wait, hang on. Bam, did I get this? Did I get this? Oh. Gang, I'm just gonna kill it here and see y'all over on Ledka's. Thank you, Ariel. Thank you for getting that. You are a sweetheart, Ariel. I'm so glad you're on my team. I'm so glad you're on my team. We're back after the Angry Aatrox show. Guys, you shouldn't have. I was trying to tell Ledka earlier to drop the link. Maybe he will now, but I don't know. But either way, I'll see you guys back over.